we start off with the fan question of the week, right?
Yeah, friggin' let's rip right into it.
Yeah, okay. So we got, of course, Mark Kennedy. I should have brought this up before
It's about McDonough and
okay.
a couple heavy shots on the Montreal blue line. So
yeah, this is okay.
We all know Shea Weber.
Yeah,
puck through the net. So.
I was about to say I'll never forget watching him put a puck through the net. Was it 2010?
Yeah,
2014
Olympics against Germany on Thomas Greiss, like a good goalie. Like
he's
still in the
doesn't
NHL.
matter.
No, it doesn't matter. Shea Weber in his prime, like
absolutely.
I remember when he came and dethroned Chara for like the hardest shot that one year, and everyone was like, "Damn, this guy can shoot a fucking bomb!"
Like at the All-Star competition.
Yeah. Chara, I think that was the year like him and Weber were going back and forth, and Weber was on Nashville. And he was getting like 104, 105s, and then Chara came up and just nailed like a 109 or something.
Yeah.
Just
the definition of gripping
nuts.
it and ripping
it. Seriously.
The guy's stick is like a pole vault thing.
Honestly.
Literally probably taller than I am.
Yeah.
And, I mean, this question kind of closely relates to that because, I mean, I don't know how many players in the NHL would get in front of a shot like that. Yeah. But, you know, when you're playing for the Cup, you know, you're going to do everything you can to make sure your team wins. So, Mark Kennedy, with the question of the week, he said, will Ryan McDonough be so keen to come out and block Shea or Jeff's blasts from the point, or does these two change Tampa Bay's game plan? So obviously him talking Shea Weber and Jeff Petrie, both have incredible shots.
Yeah, dude.
So, Kurt, what do you think?
I'd be scared of Shea Weber, man. like I just like. When Montreal was doing really well at the beginning of this year, Shea Weber was scoring just a bunch of goals and like in the talk for a Norris Trophy and everything.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. He's been kind of quiet, but he's been doing his thing defensively. That blue line, actually, when you think about it, is pretty good in my opinion. So, like they got Gustafsson, Edmondson,
pretty underrated. Right?
John Merrill actually came over from Vegas in a trade.
Jeez.
Well, and they've been keeping Romanov out of the lineup.
I know.
That's someone like I was really impressed by him during the regular season. So that's someone that like you can plug and play as well.
Oh yeah, when he stood up Pietrangelo in that one game, oh man, just dropped him. Yeah.
To be perfectly honest though, I've been really impressed by McDonough in the playoffs this year. He's contributing a lot more than I expected him to. As someone that probably is a little bit over the hill in terms of the prime of his career, but I think especially with this Tampa team after last year and even before last year, like these are guys that know they've gone on deep playoff runs. They know what they have to do to get the dubs. And Ryan McDonough is one of those guys. He's going to be eating pucks. Yeah. And at the end of the day, if you're committed to eating the puck, you're going to eat it. And,
that actually reminds me, McDonough was originally drafted by the Habs.
Was he actually?
No way. Traded to New York Rangers for some duster that never panned out, and it was an absolute win for the Rangers. But also Sergachev got dealt from the Habs, and I know Drouin's out, but right now, like, what's he out with, concussion or something? Or
I honestly didn't even know.
I was thinking about that the other day. Or I don't think you put him in the lineup at this point.
No. With him being so spotty, like it's probably for the best if you just kept him out of the line. Well, and also if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Exactly. Like right now they've been buzzing without him, which he wasn't. Where did he go in the draft? He was like what, top?
He went third or something?
I think he was.
Yeah, he was top
third
or fourth,
which is ridiculous because given how inconsistent he's been. Mm-hmm. But, anyways, talking about other players, but it's kind of funny how. It's kind of funny how.
Yeah, there's just a lot of teams. Like Suzuki was playing or originally got drafted by Vegas. Like it's not a business anymore where people just stay with their team their whole career. People get swapped around a lot nowadays.
Yeah,
and
easily too.
Yeah,
like
there's some ties for both people on each team. So
what I like, my thoughts on it are kind of like, you know, Shea Weber's we talked about how hard his shot is. It's crazy, right? Jeff Petrie also having like a lot to do with the offense that Montreal's been putting together in this, not only this run, but like I would say he was a good contender for the Norris at some point in the season,
definitely.
right?
Halfway through, I think. I think you took him to win the thing.
Yeah, because he was. Exactly. Because
he was ripping it, man.
Yeah, and he was leading defenseman in points and stuff like that. So
and goals.
Yeah, so it would have been a pretty good shoe-in for that award. But then, an interesting thing is. I think it was actually that last game there, game 6. Yeah, game 6 that they won it. with Shea Weber and that just bomb that he released from the point, which that was his, I think, his first goal of the playoffs. I think. But I was wondering, like, where was that shot all this time? But what's funny is that Ryan McDonagh obviously didn't get in front of that shot, but Kotkaniemi did, and with the screen, because he was in the corner, jumped out in front of Robin Leonard and screened him completely. He had
not a chance.
And I was listening to NHL Network Radio, and they were like, I mean, most people would not be getting in front of that shot, but Kotkaniemi just his back was like to Shea Weber when he shot that puck, and he like spun around. I was like, oh my god, bro! Like, putting your back to a shot like that.
But dude, it's also worth mentioning that like Jeff Petrie obviously had the hand injury from, was it the beginning of the last round with the camera?
Oh right? His fingers or something.
So he's not operating at 100%. That a hand injury like that's going to take miles off your slap shot, 100%.
Yeah, fair.
Shea Weber, I'm pretty sure, is not 100% either. He's playing with one hand, something like that.
Who is at this point, right?
Yeah. So, and I feel like at this point in the playoffs, as we've seen, I think with a lot of teams, especially with the goaltending in this series, which we'll get into the series more generally later, but it's not so much about how hard you're shooting the puck. It's, can you get the puck through with like a legitimate screen, and then accuracy, right? So, the power off their shots might not be a detriment to them,
especially with these two goalies.
Yeah, dude. So it's gonna be. I feel like in this series, it's gotta either get in front of it and block it, or let the goalie see it.
Yeah,
because these two goalies, if they see the puck, it's not going in the net.
No. Yeah, you're picking corners. Like you saw that with the Islanders, the one game. Paul Murray had like 5 chances on the left side to just bury one tees, and he missed, I think, every single time because he's just trying to pick corners. It's Vasilevsky. He's getting clean. The guy's huge.
Yeah.
He takes one stride. He's already like over on the other side of the ice, covering up what he was just giving up a second ago.
Yeah, like Steve said he was massive.
Steve said the scouting report just a blank white.
Paul Murray did.
Yeah, exactly.
Paul Murray missed the net 5 fucking times.
Big ups.
So,
so
at that point too, like when you're picking corners on these goalies, that you almost just got to get something going in front of the net, like a bounce or something. Just throw it on net. You always see these teams, I find, not to go on, but they always just try to pick corners on these goalies. Never works out, and the goals that go in are the ones that just cause chaos.
Yeah.
And they play the whole game still trying to pick corners. They just don't know to just.
And I think that was the wall. That was the wall Toronto ran into, right?
Yeah.
Is that you get a lot of your goals from Matthews going Barsky. And suddenly those get saved. What do you do?
Clean shots.
And then losing Tavares is kind of that guy, the skilled guy that plays in front of the net.
Yeah.
Huge loss in that series.